The first thing I ever saw was a trough. Simple, square, half hollow, half oval, a market trough. My town was burning. Vitebsk was on fire. The quarter where the poor Jews lived. They carried us, the bed and the mattress, the mother and the babe at her feet, to a safe place at the end of town. Once inside the trough, I felt it completely. But first of all, I was born dead. Imagine a bubble that does not want to live, as if it had been stuffed with Chagall pictures. At last it emanated a feeble whimper. But the main thing was, I was born dead. What I remember after my trough, all about us, churches, fences, shops, synagogues. A rich man goes home, the hater boy runs home, Papa goes home. In those days, there was no cinema. People went home or to the shop. As soon as it was a little better off, my father sold the cottage. The place reminds me of the bump on the head of the rabbi in green, or of a potato tossed into a barrel of herring and soaking in pickling brine. Must I talk about my father? What is a man worth if he's worth nothing? If he's priceless? No, my father was not a clerk, but for 32 years simply a laborer. He lifted heavy barrels, and my heart used to twist like a Turkish bagel as I watched him lift those weights and stir the herring with his frozen hands. His huge boss would stand to one side like a stuffed animal and watch. Everything about my father seemed to me enigma and sadness. The evening came in with him. Behind the window, the night. Uncle Neutsch, who all day long leads the cows to the shed, ties their legs and drags them around, is playing now. He's playing the rabbi's song. He played the violin before the window, before the dirty panes covered with raindrops and the finger marks. He played the violin like a cobbler. Grandfather listened to him dreamily. This is the silhouette of my bearded grandfather. He was said to be a much respected man. Now, in his stable, there is a cow with a large belly. She is standing up and she is staring stubbornly. Grandfather goes up to her and he talks to her. Hey, listen here. Give me your legs. I have to tie you up. We need goods. Meat. You understand? She falls down with a sigh. I stretch out my arms to caress her muzzle, to whisper a few words to her that she mustn't worry. I'm not going to eat the meat. What more could I do? And you little cow, naked in heaven, you are dreaming. The glittering knife has borne you aloft. Silence. She hears the wind in the rye, and above the hedgerows she sees blue sky. I felt closer to my grandmother. All there was to that little old woman was a scarf around her head, a little skirt and a wrinkled face. She was tiny. My grandfather lay half his life on top of the stove. A fourth in the synagogue and the rest in the butcher shop. She's always kvetching like that. He rested so much that grandmother gave up and died in the prime of life. That was when my grandfather began to stir. the way cows and cattle move. This is what my mother told me about my grandfather. They looked for him everywhere. Where is he? Where is he? It turned out that because of the fine weather, grandfather had climbed up on the roof, sat down on one of the chimney pipes, and was regaling himself with carrots. Not a bad picture. My town, sad and gay. As a boy, I used to watch you from our doorstep. If I still could not see you, I climbed up on the roof. Why not? My grandfather used to climb up there too, and I gazed at you as much as I pleased. There she is, Bella. The first time I saw her, I knew she would be my wife. Her silence is mine. Her eyes, mine. I feel she has known me always, divining my innermost being. Here in Pokrovskaya Street, I was born a second time. If my art played no part in my family's life, their lives and their achievements greatly influenced my art.